What is a SmackNPie? SmackNPie, apologies for no videos for the last few days, being under the weather. But I was looking at my back catalog for the things I've done when Chapter 4 days were around. I gotta show you guys this. I have to, honestly. So, before we get to this, as you guys know, I gotta say this out before we show that video. Tammy Hauser was revealed, right? And she was revealed to be on the other side of the fence, where she is like, Hey yo, dog, I ain't calling you dad, I'm calling you dog because that's what you deserve. You piece of murderer, I'm coming for you. I'ma take my revenge. You want forgiveness? Take this kind of... Guys, I'm sorry, it's been a few days, I'm trying to... I would like to apologize for being this cringe, but I'm passionate for this franchise, so forgive me, alright? I need forgiveness. I need forgiveness for that lame joke more than Doug Hauser need... Okay, come on. But no, seriously. Before Chapter 5 dropped, I came across one of my own videos where I made end screen... I made a lot of end screens. A lot of them. But one of the videos in there, I made end screens for Christine Drazy. That's the name we called Doug Hauser's wife, which is now Clarissa Elise Hauser. So we called her Christine Drazy, so I made end screens for Christine Drazy, Tammy Hauser, and this is so fire what I've done. Like, I know we look at it now and be like, what are you doing? But it's so fire, honestly. Let's look at the video first and then come back to it. So yeah, as you saw, that turned more from end screen to just full-blown theory and cinematic stuff. So in the first one we see, Tammy Hauser, she's angry, she's sad, but I chose the sweet little girl model from back in the past. So in my head, I was like, okay, Doug Hauser still remembers the little girl, her little innocent girl, when she was still alive. That's the memory he has. But when he meets her in the world of Dark Deception, she is the way we saw her, so that's why I chose this model. And if you remember, I added storm and rain because it just made sense, the car accident, the bridge and whatnot. Then for some reason, alright, I literally made this. I don't know what I was thinking, alright. I added this. She's basically supposed to be Clarissa Elise Hauser, and Doug Hauser right there begging for forgiveness. What was I thinking? What was going through my head? Let's look at the reasoning that I did. Alright, check this out. That is Doug's wife, who's obviously mad, angry at Doug, and still hasn't forgiven him yet. So that's my concept of Doug in the last chapter, begging for final chance from his wife, which was Clarissa Elise Hauser. So that was more of a theory than it was an end screen. I kind of want this to happen. I really do. I think if you've seen Life is Strange 2, you have not. You guys have not. What am I talking about? But basically, what I want in the final... Actually, I'm gonna come to it in just a second, but let's look at the next one. As you can see here, you got Christine... Why am I still calling her Christine? I meant Doug's wife, Doug's daughter, and Doug is sitting there. They're both mad at him, of course. Let's see what I added here. I believe that even after everything, Christine, aka Clarissa, and Tammy don't believe or trust Doug's effort. They still haven't forgot all the abuse, harassment, and God knows what. And here, he knows he messed up, and that there's nothing for him now, other than his family, and he regrets that. Like, before, when he was alive, he had no one but the family, whom he had genuine, a real connection with, a real relationship. But he fooled himself into thinking that that's not the life he wants. So when he got rid of them, he realized, oh shoot, I literally got rid of my only purpose in life. The purpose was real, the relationship was real, and then, it was too late. And then when he gets here, all the purpose and effort, he realizes that even in here, that relationship, the feeling of regret and betrayal, the betrayal that he betrayed his own family, that's the betrayal I'm talking about, that is still real than anything else, both in the real world and in the dark universe of Dark Deception. Come on now. But yeah, in the final one, what I wanted to say in the final one, this is more about Tammy Hauser than it is about Clarissa Elise Hauser, in my opinion. That's why I added this at the final one. I said here, this is my take on finale. Christine, aka Clarissa, forgives Doug Hauser because, she knows, she understands, and whatnot. I'll get to it in just a second. But Tammy Hauser does not. And here, in Chapter 5, he has to go on one-on-one against his daughter. Listen to me, when I said one-on-one, I didn't mean like literally one-on-one. What I meant is him basically going one-on-one against his past self, the self that tortured and abused Tammy Hauser. That's what I wanted to say. To right his wrongs. It's kind of sad, ironic, and depressing. So yeah, that's my take, that this is more about Tammy Hauser than it is about Clarissa Elise Hauser. But don't make any mistake, the pain, both physical and mental, he caused Clarissa should not be taken lightly under any circumstance. They've both been wronged. They've both been wronged horrifically, terrifyingly. And Doug needs to pay for his mistakes in Chapter 5 one way or another. He has to face himself. And that's what I've been saying, like, the way this needs to end is he has to go up against himself whilst Tammy Hauser and Clarissa Elise Hauser are looking at him. And then that blue ball comes in and helps Doug Hauser while he's on the floor, literally bleeding to death. And when he's on his last breath, the blue ball Tammy Hauser saves him, gets rid of the evil Tammy Hauser and Clarissa Elise Hauser, and be like, yo, father, you did what you did, it was wrong, it was whatnot, but you came all this way. You did all of that, and I forgive you. We can't go and change the past, but we can do is, and then you have the ending of Chapter 5. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about all this. Whenever I'm making Chapter 5 videos, I always just talk about the endings, because that's the only thing that's left at this point. I mean, think about it. That's the only thing that we can talk about when it comes to Chapter 5, because sure, we can talk about the mall, we can talk about arenas where boss fights can be held, and we will, we will. But it's just that, other than the mall, the arenas and the areas and environments are so out there, like they can be anything. They can be vast landscapes, ruined landscape, like No Man's Sky-ish. landscapes. So we don't know anything about the arena and environments other than the mall, so that's why that's the only thing we talked about. So do let me know, ladies, your thoughts and theories down in the comments below. Subscribe for more Dark Simulated content. I'll see you in the next one.